make feminist porn. So it would be, instead of like objectifying a girl and being like, oh, this little slut doing whatever I want to my dick,
3x'd into someone that has.
So
doing whatever I want to my dick.
I've noticed that there's like categories for like girls now, which is like girl-friendly porn, where like it won't be as just textbook bloke porn. Like it'll be a bit more softer, a bit more gentler. Do you know
Shot with a bit of Vaseline on the lens or something.
a little bit more foreplay.
Okay.
I've always been a bit worried with porn that it's gonna like change my preferences for what I like in fucking.
Of course it will.
Like it has to.
I
right?
like
And
how many
give you,
labels
like,
you
these
have.
weird expectations that
You
girls
watching
can, like,
just
spit on your dick.
because I guess because
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
There's nothing wrong with it. You know,
I mean,
if
yeah, well, I suppose if someone likes that, they like
each their
that.
own, why not?
Yeah.
God bless.
Ace King probably. He's screwed.
I love the way that you somehow managed to make that sound like some sort of a blessing to a girl who's doing that. And God bless you, my darling. Anyway, so back to this thing. I was just wondering,
Guys, don't.
this woman could feel the food. I'm just wondering whether poker players have a similar skill where they can almost read someone else's joyful expressions, or like read whether someone's
When they
you know,
pull
they're
a card and they're looking at it, you can almost feel it.
But I mean, on like a subconscious
so
level,
bad
not
at
on, not on like a conscious. So you're not like, oh, his eyes.
never
It's
seen
like when
that,
you can feel someone's looking at you, you almost develop this ability.
and poker terms.
You
think
guys
that's
empathetic people?
so hard.
Yeah.
Just as a precursor.
It's pretty insane. Like Helena still doesn't.
No, I
know.
don't feel like
talk to her
I'm-
hand with her. If she manages to remember that.
If I'm watching the
and
telly
just,
and something
getting
emotional
through it,
happens,
I just have to really.
as I'm getting
it'll be
older,
like
I've noticed I get a bit more like, if it's something really emotional and it's a real person, not a film, has to be real.
So
I can get a bit like,
squeeze is when there's like a raise and a call in
quite
front.
emotional like watching this.
Or like there's a
But
bunch
like
of the same
in general,
size
I
bets.
think I'm a pretty
So
hard-faced
there are
cunt.
like 5 people at limit.
So, I don't know. This is the answer.
And then I think I'm quite empathetic.
Then you squeeze.
Like, I think
But that's just
my
the
natural
problem.
reaction is to read other people quite well,
Yeah.
but I think I'll then consciously deny my
Why are we
empathy.
3-betting this? Yeah.
So that's why.
I'm not emotional. Fuck that.
No, not that I would get emotional to it, but I would
Yeah.
like my reaction to it is different. Maybe not always a beneficial reaction. You know what I mean? So I'm actually quite good at sort of reading someone else's reaction to, and then making an awkward joke.
Yeah.
But like so I've trained myself to do that. So I imagine I could train myself to also read someone else and then do something that's probably beneficial. Do you know what I mean?
I think because I know you so well now, I think whenever we're talking to someone, and probably maybe this is why the podcast has worked, like we come at things from totally different angles, me and you.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah,
that.
It's
that's
so
pretty much it. So you
my
wanna be
brain
better
is not on the
especially
same
now.
wavelength.
It's like genuinely like an angel and devil. Almost.
It really is. Someone has to mock that up. Yeah, we get a good Photoshop out there. Me and him as the angel and devil.
Yeah. Well, someone's also started a quote account on Twitter, which is quite entertaining. Yeah.
Shout out to fans.
Yeah, it's got like 300 followers, right? It's quite impressive. That would be past me in a day. So, but do you think you're an empathetic person?
Yeah, so I was going to say, I think,
Just like-
okay, first of all, I think there are 2 different types of empathy. There's the type where you like feel what the other person's feeling,
Even if
and
it's
then-
something like
then
half
I think there's like the
a
more cognitive
jack,
side where you just like
then you're still
you
gonna
can
be
understand
Exactly.
why
because
they're feeling it.
You bet so
I
small
am
that
on
he's
the
gonna be
first
calling
type,
pretty
probably
wide.
the bottom 3%
You can
in the
just
world.
go for
I would say just like I
So
have a very, very
the concept
low
to
empathy.
take away
It's
from it,
going up as
guys,
I go, but when I was
if you're
younger, and
playing
drug
against,
dealing, doing things like that, I
say, a
definitely
weaker player,
identified myself
even
as a very
like a
sociopathic
bad
person.
You have to be
Like
cold
medium
when you're
rare,
given
like
something
steak rare.
that might be
If
bad
you
for
want
you.
to,
Right, yeah.
You have to
keep
shut
in
off. You
a
have to
bunch
be
of their
like,
range.
this is your decision.
Sorry, you want to keep in a bunch of their
I
range.
think the reason it happened for me is because when I was bullied, my brain came up with a defense mechanism, and it was like, fuck this.
yeah,
We don't like emotions. They're not good for us.
So that's
And
like that.
it
That's
just made
the
me not
same
feel them
concept you were
until I was,
thinking
like,
of,
20.
but I think it's how.
So you think that if you hadn't have done that, you would have been more vulnerable and it would have hurt you more
open.
openly.
Yeah, it's like a well-known
the
defense
easier
thing. I
it
went
would
to a
be to
therapist
kind
a
of
couple of times.
regurgitate the concept
work?
in game. Whereas if you have it just
How
a
did
kind
you
of
find
vague
therapy?
feeling about it.
I mean, I
Yeah,
genuinely
it's
think
still-
therapy
it
is
still
one of the best
works, and your
things you can do,
autopilot
yeah.
will pick
I
up on
imagine
it,
a bunch of
but
people
your
watching will
logical
be like,
mind
"Get
won't
therapy,
comprehend
sure,
it.
get out of
Whereas
here." But
if you have the concept,
I think
it's
that
the same as if you're
it
talking in a conversation.
can help
you know?
pretty much anyone.
If you know an
Just as
in-depth
long as you're open to
description
it.
of what nihilism means,
as
you
long
can
as
have a
you are
conversation
willing to
about
speak about
nihilism
yourself
without having to
I think
explain.
that I really like
nihilism.
that about you, that you
or
don't
any kind,
like
any
hold
kind
back
of
on anything,
labels. And
because
it's
the
the
more
same
you
thing
tell
for
people the
concepts
real
in
you,
poker.
the more you can learn about
I
yourself.
love
You get
the
other people's
3-bet.
perspectives. You get other people saying,
So
"Oh, this
guys,
is
don't
this is
3-bet
you,
these kind
and
of
this is
hands
how I
unless
see
it's
it,"
deep.
and then you can take that on board. And a therapist is fucking trained to
So
do
I
that.
tell you what, if there's one thing that makes you
versus cut off
analyse
your
yourself, it's when
it doesn't
you
play
put
very
like a
well.
full massive conversation you have out every week on the internet, and then you've got thousands of comments of people analysing you as they're watching and saying, well, you were wrong on this or you're right on that. Good done, well done this or bad that. And yeah, it does make you. But then I think the more that I just put it out there, it's like, fuck it. This is me.
Do you get many negative comments?
I think everyone does on the internet.
I get fucking comments.
Yeah, you'll get them. We all get them, but it's how you deal with them. It's like you're saying about going through a trip or whatever, any shit. It's how you deal with it.
It is actually a little bit of a trippy experience because you're this is someone else you don't know. It's sort of like an out of body experience, giving you feedback on the way that you are.
How many people will go through that in that? Because to us it's normality now, but for so many people, just even we've had people who even got mentioned on the show were like, don't mention me on the show. Like, people freak the fuck out because they don't want to come under that scrutiny. But putting yourself out there for hundreds of thousands of people to see and be like, oh yeah, this is me. If you like us, great. If you don't, that's a shame.
I can also respect when people don't want to be mentioned. Or, I'm not saying you don't respect that, but I also think there is.
I'm saying it's an unusual thing for anyone to go through.
It's unnatural in many ways because it's not. There's not really any other way. You wouldn't walk down the street every day and sort of be like, these are my political views. Do you agree or disagree? These are my political views. That would also take so long.
And it's different though because like for actual celebrities and musicians and that, they put their movies out there. They might read a bad review on a newspaper, but they're not going to literally read all the comments after the content that they've put out. Like, it's a lot more nitpicky, isn't it?
Well, I also think that obviously a celebrity is a very different kind of figure because those people are held up as separate to people, whereas actually your brand your brand or your idea is much more like, you know me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, you get a lot of negative comments. Where'd you get your comments?
What are the chances? I saw it just like this. Lots of negative comments. Oh my god. The general comments of, like, apart from people bitching about other people's poker game, which happens a lot.
It's probably worth.
In what way, like, sort of like
you can look at a hand and be like, oh, I played that differently, and it went badly because sometimes poker goes badly. And people are just like, oh, it's fucking crap. Look at that.
Well, retrospect is hindsight's like 2020. Yeah,
when you can see the other person's cards when you're watching on TV.
This is why it's really good to go.
Yeah, when you got the glass table.
Or do you ever have people who say when you've won,
you get to think through every
you were lucky there though? You were like
to
even take away credit from the win.
As well. Yeah, I had a couple of posts on Lad Bible, and that's where I got like the first time I got pretty ripped into. People were just being like, "Oh, give this cocky fucker a year. He's going to be broke."
Did Lad Bible give you the £100 for the clip, or?
No.
They owe you money. Yeah.
Fuck us twice then.
Yeah, £200.
£200. That's almost a You've Been Framed video. So
the ace is kind of like a scary.
Does that really bother you? Like, when you first got started, obviously you're quite au fait with the idea of probability. When someone calls you lucky, do you ever sort of think, whoa, wait, don't talk about me in that way? Do you know what I mean?
Sure, I'm lucky. Like, it's one of the things that luck is such a nuanced words. Like, I got lucky that I found poker. I got lucky that I happened to it. I got lucky for winning a bunch of tournaments that I could have not won them.
Yeah.
And there's luck involved in poker as well.
Do you think there's any fate involved?
I mean, I think that there is a very low percentage chance that there is fate involved. I would like to believe that there is. I think that there's something like karma, and I think it's one of the things that you can kind of harness. Like, if you convince yourself that karma exists and that fate exists and that you're going to get good things when you do good things.
It's a good.
Not even necessarily. I find karma hard to believe because I've seen such amazing people, lovely people, get served shit sandwiches. So I've given up on karma. I don't think that exists. But fate, as in maybe this is all pre-planned. Like, how did you even find poker?
Because then if he does
my friend introduced it to me when he started playing online. I guess
so it's not too bad, especially
because first tried. I didn't think it was going to be very legit, and that's where I played a bit play money at first, and eventually it's like £10 to put it in.
He's going to be like bet calling the flop with like his king jacks and his ace x. So if the turn is
and you were just a regular dude,
you can
19, and then within 4 years you're a fucking millionaire.
So on the turn ace, he just has so much ace x in his range that it's pretty unreasonable to expect.
But it is, but you've grinded to get there as well, so it's hard work. It's that old saying of luck is what happens when preparation meets chance, isn't it? And I think I might have read.
The harder you work, the luckier you are, essentially.
That's definitely the way it usually works for most people.
It really resonated with me when you said that you were waking up
in most situations, and I think that's a really good concept.
Because I remember, like, it still happens now. I'm just like super obsessed with the game.
You do get cheaper bluffs.
That's exactly the way I am with you.
Try and look back.
Still now, just like waking up
more than ever.
How would I phrase this, and what would I speak to about it?
I just think in this.
What about you mentioned you have obviously travelled the world. You're a young lad, got a lot of money. Women have come into your life, right?
I thought you were going to be like, "Where's the best place you've been?"
You can pick that one up. Sure, I want to ask about the women.
Sure, you go.
The devil on the shoulders saying what?
You have like you've got a free love sort of attitude, haven't you? You're
hold on a minute.
There's context.
Yeah.
I've asked them about this personally beforehand, and you sort of. You don't play by the rules, yeah?
So yeah, I am polyamorous, which means that I dates and my partners date multiple people at once, all consensually.
You said that there was going to be a hand that was pretty bad.
Why are you looking at me as if you have to justify it to me?
I don't know.
Okay. because he's over there like, you've done it. You fucking nailed it in his mind.
Yeah, it's just one
no wonder his dad's proud.
Yeah.
And
was that?
We're going to try and rep a queen.
How long has that been the case? Like, were you polyamorous when you were 19, going into doing poker, or has that sort of come up because it's sort of like, hey, I live a pretty decadent lifestyle.
Cool.
I can afford to be polyamorous. You know what I mean?
You're not pinning me down, you bastards.
Hey, Polly, come over here.
I mean, you only really have to go.
So when I was like 15, I was like, without knowing what poly meant, I was dating multiple people and they all knew about each other.
Right.
But that wasn't as
C-bet and small.
It probably wasn't okay. I was a sociopathic asshole back then. I was like, and I had a pretty bad run-in with monogamy. I know it's like a pretty badly stigma thing, but I used to cheat on people. So I had no empathy, I had no emotions, and I feel bad about it now, but I did, so whatever. Okay. But I found that I didn't need to be feeling guilty or ashamed of my romantic and sexual attraction with other people in a polyamorous lifestyle. And I also really like the idea of not owning someone.
I found that it's way more.
I think
it's just
one thing I've realised as I get older is it is a bit silly how like
pocket nines or whatever.
When you're young, personally anyway, I felt like I couldn't even say to a girl I was with, see that girl over there, she's pretty fit. You know, and for her to say to me, oh, he's a good looking dude, and like I think that even having those conversations is like God, you can't even do that a lot of the time. Like regular couples don't do that, and I don't think it's I mean obviously I don't know how many people take it to the level you have, but I think that everyone should be able to say that we're a bloke, like I'm a bloke, she's a woman. It's unrealistic for me to think that she's only going to fucking fancy me for the rest of her fucking life. It's ridiculous, in fact. It's not even unrealistic. So even though I might not want to say it was, I can't live in denial. And as soon as I kind of realised that, I was like, I'm happy to have conversations with her lass now, and if she jokes and says such and such, even though watching TV and be like, oh, he's a good look, it wouldn't bother me. And I can understand how, if you're in the situation you're in, how you would take it to that.
In the pot.
Yeah, and it is like that. It's like theoretically, conceptually, I love the idea of not feeling bad about anything. I love working instead of feeling jealous and just like running away from being like, no, she doesn't love anyone else, and just like opening up and being like, oh, okay, so you have feelings for that person as well. You do that person. In practice, it does get a bit like, if you have insecurities, if you get jealous, it can get a bit messy. I really feel like working.
Do you ever think you'll get to a position where you have you move on and you have one woman and only one woman?
I think that I might get in the position where I'm dating only one person, but with the knowledge that if she or I wanted to date other people, then
it's actually really good spot to
decision that we only want to be with each other, kind of thing.
Or maybe you have like a priority and say like, alright, like, you're the main one, and I might fuck other women, but you're the one I'll come home to.
Yeah, that's the thing within poly community as well. It's called hierarchical polyamory, where you have like a primary
overbetting when a flush
just have one primary and recreational primary, and you make your own rules, and it's just nice. You can just do whatever.
Plays by his own rules.
Well, I mean, what does sound interesting is obviously my idea of polyamory comes from those documentaries about like the guys who've got 3 wives. And those sort of things.
So bad.
And they're awful because it tends to also be
My 4 Wives.
I'm not sure I've seen
minutes of it like 3 days ago.
And how accurate was it?
Well, obviously he's living with them, so I would assume it's a little bit different because he's got loads of kids. he's got a shit ton of kids. They're just popping out. He's literally rotating. So like Monday he's in with one wife, Tuesday another, Wednesday, Thursday, as it goes on.
What do you do when they're all having kids? That must be awkward.
Well, obviously, if one of them up the duff, just move on. But it literally, it was so funny because like I was watching the series and he had 4 wives and they were all 10% of the bit overweight, bit older, and then they were all like blondie, like sort of blondie looking women, and then out of nowhere, once they all getting a bit of that like fat stage of their life, he just goes and goes, got a new wife, haven't I? That I tell you. And in comes this fucking 25-year-old fit brunette through the door, tight arse on her, and he's like, yeah, just moving her in, you know? And I'm sitting there going, but I don't know how he does it though, because one woman is a fucking nightmare. Like, if you've got like a missus or a girlfriend you're living with, one woman is hard to keep happy. The expectation, the attention, the questions, you know, what we do, like, they want so much from you. How the fuck he keeps 4 or 5 of the bastards happy? The expectations of them women must be rock bottom.
Open and communicating stuff like that.
But it also does sound a lot like you aren't very wedded to the idea of keeping someone else happy in the sense of being. I'm not saying you're a selfish person, but
it's a different situation to being married to 4 women in a house with them all.
Well, also because that sounds very much like 4 women who want one man, whereas that's not the reason you do what you do, is it? You're not sort of like, I want to have an open network of just women.
Yeah. I just do it because I just don't like the idea of constricting someone else, and I want to make the people that I'm with happy, pretty much.
Right.
So if I really love someone, and I get it, this isn't for everyone, and I don't think that this is like better than monogamy, but I like the idea for myself of if I'm like on the other side of the world and they happen to have
this is all stuff that.
So you ever fucked a woman and then one of the other lasses found out and being like mental?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Tell us one of the worst reactions. What we're looking at and what happened.
No. I'm so happy to say anything about myself, but I have a feeling that my partners might not appreciate it.
I just think
if you're watching, girls, you know, he's a good guy. He's looking after you, all of you.
When you heard about that idea, did you ever think
you do now?
You know, you could achieve that
with power, with great power comes great
responsibility.
And you need to be taking responsibility for the fact that you have.
I'll just be like, no, genuinely.
Not just be autopiloting and being like, well, I can beat these
not
people
having
now, I don't need to be
a main woman. I can imagine for a lot of men out there. They think, fuck me, I could do that, because women are hard work at times.
So you need to make sure that
I can imagine why a man would just avoid that situation. Do you know what I mean?
You're thinking of it from quite a cynical perspective.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I
want to be with multiple people, so I don't have to be with one.
Yeah.
But I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying from a point of.
Did I do this well enough?
Well, we're all grown up in a generation where we're watching porn. Porn, you're seeing a different woman every night. You're having a wank over a different woman every night, and your brain is getting used to having multiple women before you even get to the point of having relationships. I was used to. Tonight, I think I'm going to watch a lass who looks like Jennifer Lopez. Tomorrow, she'll look like Britney Spears, for example, right? And that was what I came from, right? So then going to having one woman for 20, 30, 40 years after my brain has been trained to that is probably quite difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's a large reason. And it's like biologically as well, men are just like meant to spread their seed a lot, you know? It's like we get a lot of feelings, we get a lot of sexual attraction, and it's kind of weird that we've now created a society where men can't do that without being looked on negatively.
Or women.
And women even more so, like, to be fair. Women get a lot more shit. So, have you ever felt a bit like, when you've heard one of the girls has possibly gone with another bloke, have you ever gotten a bit fucking pissed off about it? Or?
I've never got pissed off. I've got like insecure. I mean, like, you don't leave him to be mono. Leave me to be mono with him, like monogamous with him, and as soon as I find out that they're not,
there's not really anything you can do about it.
I found that
even though it's coordinated, I don't think people are going to be check rates too much unless they have
stuff. Just more
people don't tend to check rates like King Jacks and these kind of spots.
Do you find because I don't know what kind of girls these are, obviously you don't want to tell them anything.
I might be talking about people.
You said you knew a couple of porn stars earlier. Was that in a intimate way?
No,
but because they're like, well, but did you find that any of them, because you've got money and obviously you're young, did they ever ask you for money or anything? Have you ever had situations where you thought, she's trying to fucking get a few quid out of me, this cunt?
I've had that with people that aren't partners. I think that it's very difficult to tell sometimes.
$6.50 or $7, $8
money.
So let's say $7.50. Go kind of mid-range. He's going to be calling 10x, 9x.
I say that I'm a poker player, but
you turn up in your pajamas, they'll never fuck.
Yeah, exactly. They're never going to ask me to pay for it all. And then it'll be something once I get to know them, then it'll come out a bit more.
Ace 10 suited, Queen 10 suited, Jack 10 suited, King 10 suited, all of those kind of hands. And then there's going to be some 9x, Jack 9 suited, if he calls that pre. 9-8 suited, maybe 9-7 suited. That would pretty down to maybe ace 9 suited as well. Then his cool bit, you can have Queen Jack suited. You can have King Queen and King Jack suited.
And I guess so, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So within the poker community, have you had a bit of like attention from the women in that area as well?
Yeah, but King or Queen of spades in them. I mean, I don't count myself as a particularly attractive person. I don't count myself as
a lot of those hands. If we bet $7.50, they're all going to be calling, and it's fake combos as well.
But you're 23 and you're a multi-millionaire poker player, so you're fucking different though. You've got that guy for you, pal.